Despite her 1.9 million Instagram followers, this toxic influencer wants to set a horrific scene for her boyfriend. How could someone be so narcissistic? The incident happened on April 3, 2022, in the vibrant city of Miami, Florida. On this particular day, no one saw the unraveling tragedy between the couple. Around 1 p.m., she was recording her final video.
Do you support the police? I think a lot of times they don't do their job. For sure.
Fast forward 3 hours, her boyfriend steps through the door of their apartment. What happens next inside those four walls is a dark mystery. Only one person would walk out of that apartment, and they were covered in the other's blood. What could possibly have gone down in those few hours? To uncover the truth, let's rewind to where it all started. Midland, Texas, is a small ordinary city tucked away in the vast plains. In 1996, Kim Clenny and his wife Deborah were overjoyed with the birth of their first child, a daughter named Courtney Clenny. For the Clenny family, Midland offered a simple, happy life, but it wouldn't be long before they would say goodbye. When Courtney was still young, the family made the move to Austin, Texas, a city bursting with arts and entertainment. The energy of this new environment sparked something in Courtney that would shape the rest of her life. By the time she turned 13, Courtney was already reaching for the stars. Social media was her gateway. She became enchanted by the allure of Instagram. What started as a fascination quickly turned into an obsession. From then on, Courtney poured herself into the digital world, perfecting her presence and chasing the attention that flooded in from every new post. The seeds of ambition had been planted, and they grew fast and fierce. In this bustling hub of arts and entertainment, she threw herself into modeling, taking on small gigs and appearances in commercials. But she didn't stop there. She dove headfirst into acting, dancing, and singing lessons, determined to sharpen her skills and prepare herself for fame. However, despite all her efforts, Courtney's story didn't follow as the typical narrative of a rising star. Did she make it big? Well, not in the way most people would hope. She continued posting regularly on Instagram and YouTube, becoming part of the fast-growing community of influencers. With each post, she offered glimpses of her glamorous lifestyle, proudly showcasing her intense workout routines and the strong dedication that helped her participate in bikini competitions.
So as you guys know, I competed in 2 shows, or you may not know that I competed in 2, but I competed in my first show on June 18th, and I did not place. I think that was for a number of reasons. I competed again exactly 1 week later on June 25th, and I ended up getting first in my class.
Whether she was cracking jokes or sharing behind the scenes, she had a way of connecting with her followers that kept them coming back for more. It was clear that she understood the game and knew how to play it well. Then, at just 18 years old, Courtney decided to take the ultimate leap. She packed her bags and set her sights on the city of dreams, Los Angeles.
Good morning, everybody. The plan for today is I am going to go into Hollywood.
From the moment she arrived, Courtney seemed like she was on the fast track to success. While many newcomers get swallowed up by the ruthless competition, Courtney was different. She was making waves, landing opportunities, and catching the eye of the right people. Courtney Clenny rebranded herself as Courtney Taylor, determined to carve out a name that would be known far beyond the small-town life she left behind. With her sights set high, she expanded her horizons and took on roles in the entertainment industry, landing parts in films like Boyhood and making appearances in TV shows. It seemed like every opportunity she chased turned into another hit. Building the Courtney Taylor brand, her Instagram was buzzing, gaining followers by the thousands with a quickly growing fan base.
Go. Oh my God. Put your shoulders in. It'll make it better. You did it. What do you mean? Or did you?
Despite her successes, the cost of pursuing a career in Los Angeles was steep. To supplement her income, she also took another bold step to enter the world of OnlyFans, a move that was met with disapproval from her family. Courtney was finally achieving the kind of fame she'd always dreamed of, but it was a double-edged sword, and her newfound status would come at a price she never anticipated. Before we dive into that though, there's something we need to know. Behind her glamorous facade, Courtney had a side that few people saw, a side marked by a fiery temper and intense anger issues. This wasn't just a minor personality flaw. Her outbursts were explosive and sometimes dangerous. In February of 2017, she was in relationship with Sean Roden, a 2018 Mr. Olympia. But everything fell apart when she discovered that he was married, a fact she claimed to have been unaware of. Consumed by rage, Courtney allegedly lashed out, breaking his jaw in a violent confrontation. And Sean wasn't the only one on the receiving end of her fury. Another former boyfriend would later reveal that Courtney had tried to stab him twice. These incidents painted a disturbing picture of someone who couldn't control her anger and emotions. It was in November 2020 that in walked Christian Abumizel. Christian, like Courtney, hailed from Texas, and fate brought them together in Austin. Courtney had recently moved back to Texas, and through a mutual friend, she and Christian were introduced. From the very start, sparks flew, their chemistry was undeniable, and they quickly hit it off. But as we all know, when something burns too brightly, it can also burn out just as fast. Hidden beneath the surface of their love story, there were cracks that would deepen and widen until everything came crashing down. What happened between the couple is more than just a tale of love gone wrong. It's a story of obsession, violence, and a tragic end. Christian seemed like the perfect match for Courtney. Born and raised in Plano, Texas, he had a solid foundation and a clear vision for his future. He studied communications at Texas Tech and wasted no time establishing himself as a successful entrepreneur. Before venturing out on his own, he worked as an account executive for a home healthcare agency. Later, he set up his own business and dove into the world of cryptocurrency. Christian was 2 years older than Courtney, and he had a reputation for being a kind, gentle soul, someone who balanced Courtney's intensity with his calm demeanor. Beneath the glossy surface, their relationship was anything but stable. Their arguments were explosive, filled with shouting and venomous accusations that echoed through the walls. According to one neighbor, verbal disputes between Courtney and Christian were a regular occurrence. But it wasn't just the neighbors. Another model who collaborated with Courtney began to see troubling signs of instability. She described a Courtney who was often out of control, frequently turning to alcohol and drugs to cope. In those altered states, any small disagreement could ignite into a full-blown war. In November 2020, Courtney and Christian decided to move to Miami, Florida. Unfortunately, this kind of toxic relationship isn't as uncommon as people think. He downplayed her behavior, trying to convince himself and everyone else that things weren't as bad as they seemed. But it wasn't until later that the true extent of Christian's fear became clear. Text messages recovered from Christian's iCloud account painted a chilling picture of a man living in constant dread. His messages to Courtney showed a pattern of apologizing, pleading, and trying to de-escalate situations. He seemed to be walking on eggshells, his words hinting at a deep-seated fear of what might happen.
You told me to come.
Decide right now.
Courtney, that's a I asked you so many times that I don't know, and I apologize, but you hit me.
Shut the
Surprisingly, Courtney had a twisted way of handling her toxic behavior. Whenever her cruelty reached a boiling point, she would shower him with lavish gifts and expensive items. It was a manipulative cycle: hurt him, then shower him with wealth, creating a false sense of security that only deepened the emotional wounds. As the months rolled on, the toxic dynamics only grew more intense. By July 27, 2021, during a stay at a hotel in Las Vegas, another explosive altercation erupted between them. The situation escalated quickly, and Courtney was arrested on charges of domestic battery.
Okay, do you have any ID? Is this your stuff?
Yeah.
Do you have any form of ID here?
Just
passport?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Hey, I'm gonna read you something really quick. All right, you can sit down.
I was just wrapping the blanket.
Okay. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in a court of law. Did you throw a glass or a plate at him today?
No.
Okay. So if
No,
I...
it's number 4.
Okay, so when I go to the room and I see a broken glass on the floor, where did the glass come from?
I don't know. I literally couldn't even remember how the fight started.
Okay, well...
Was there?
Yeah. The investigation shows that you threw a glass at him, and that in this state is considered battery. And since you two are in a relationship, that is considered battery of domestic violence. It's a mandatory arrest.
Okay, there's a lot that I didn't say because I didn't want him to get in trouble. Like grabbing him, pushing me down.
Okay. So, like I said, we already went over this. I'm just explaining to you what's going to happen. Anything else that you tell me, I'll be happy to put it on the report.
May I at least get a hug from my boyfriend before?
He's already gone.
Gone where?
He already left the building.
So I don't have my phone with me. I need to make sure that my promise ring that you got me is upstairs. There's a lot that like happened that I don't want to bring up because
let me explain to you.
I haven't.
Calm down for a second.
I haven't brushed my teeth. I need to shower. I have a UTI. I'm on my period.
Let me explain to you how this is gonna work. So, are you gonna be cool with us?
Like cause problems? No, I'm not.
Right.
I'm gonna cause problems.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and stand up.
Can I just walk peacefully out with you, please? I really don't.
Go ahead and stand up.
And
face the wall.
I need to go number 2. Oh, okay.
Right hand down.
I'm having a lot of anxiety.
It's okay.
Okay, I don't feel that I should be getting arrested at all right now. So I just need my hands.
Okay, just let me double check, tap this, and then I'm gonna give you your hands back.
It seemed like a wake-up call, but the charges were later dropped. This incident was just one in a long series of troubling events that revealed the dark underbelly of their relationship. It became clear that while they were living the high life, their love story was spiraling into a cycle of abuse and manipulation. In Aspen, Courtney and Christian had set out to create content for her social media, but what was meant to be a fun getaway quickly turned into a battleground. Courtney accused Christian of flirting with other women. Her jealousy erupted into a full-blown meltdown.
You know, like I was sober for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And now why am I not sober? Because of you. But you're hindering my progress.
You need to sit down. You need to sit
Let go of me. Let go of me. Let go of me.
Okay.
Come on, boy. Let go of me. Like I can't even I'll start to hit you later. Like get the off me.
You don't want to hit me?
Christian, he saw me and I know he's looking. I'm fed up with you. I'm fed up. I'm fed up with how you treat me.
Courtney,
Yes, I'm not mad at you.
you let Malone say some line.
I didn't say did.
Hey, let's go to Malone right now. Let's pull up to her.
No, I'm just gonna hear the scenes.
No, she's in the group chat. Let's put her on the phone right now.
How dare you?
Yeah, you dare me? Keep saying
You
it.
do it?
Then stop saying it then.
Do it?
Then stop saying it then. Then stop saying it then. Come on.
Let me get my
Ask her. Ask her, did I touch her breast
see
yesterday?
how instigative he is?
No, you're telling me I touched her breast yesterday when I.
You did. I didn't say touch it.
You said I did.
You were leaning. Yo, you were dumb as I actually don't agree with you. Actually, I'm done.
Okay.
Can you send him home?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm done.
Okay, fine.
Done. Cause you're costing me money. I didn't do He's like out of this house because of you.
You let Malone say some line that.
No, because of you. Flirting with 3 girls the whole time.
What 3 girls?
By this point, Christian had essentially transitioned into the role of Courtney's personal assistant. His life had shrunk down to a series of tasks centered around her needs. He had little to no life outside of her world, and the weight of that reality began to settle heavily on his shoulders.
Christian, you're fired.
It's fine.
Hopefully, shut up.
You never see me again. You are the most
Good bitch. Shut
ever met in my
Hopefully, you
life.
will.
You corny.
Dude, get the out of here. This isn't your house.
Yeah, cool.
It's not my house. Like, you're just like my boyfriend. Get the out of here.
Just like your boyfriend?
I can actually get done if you're not here.
Yeah.
Get the out of here.
Okay, I'll remember that next time.
Get out of here. No, that's not even the next time. Get the
Stop touching
Get out.
me. Don't touch me again.
Good thing. Get out, bitch. Get out.
Bitch.
You never loved me.
In March 2022, Courtney made an appearance on the We in Miami podcast, where she spoke candidly about their relationship.
Do you like to be fully controlled, or do you?
I like to be submissive. Yeah, in the bedroom,
Yes.
but like in my life, I don't like anybody to tell me what to do.
Yeah, so you only want him to tell you what to do in the bedroom. Other than that, you don't want him to tell you anything.
Right.
In the aftermath, tensions reached a breaking point and the couple decided to separate. But, just like so many toxic relationships, the breakup didn't last long. On April 1st, 2022, the couple found their way back to each other. However, this rekindling was short-lived. The very next day, the police were called to their apartment once again. This time, it was Courtney who sought a restraining order against Christian.
Go ahead, Courtney. What's going on?
Are you gonna listen?
We're listening. Go
Did you
ahead.
say something wrong?
Yes. No, can you please just listen?
Just talk to them. I'm gonna talk to him.
Courtney, what's going on? What do you need? What do you want us to do?
I want to be like, I want to be like exonerated, I guess, of like anything wrong. And I want him, okay, the police are here. I want a restraining order against Christian Abruzzelli.
We don't issue those.
Because,
Those
no,
just
I'm
go to
serious.
court.
Can I do that? Where
You have
can
to go
I
to court. You have to go to
but
downtown.
how can I
or
make
petition.
myself first? Because I know him and he would do it. How can I make myself first?
You got to get there first.
175 Northwest for a second.
Before
175 Northwest.
Is he already on the way?
we have no idea. We don't even know how it looks like.
We don't even know who he is. How do we know that?
So you question this? I need a restraining order against him.
Okay, do you hear all this?
Listen.
Okay, they're listening.
Who's on the phone with you?
Just my dad.
Okay. Well, let me
Which I think is reasonable.
let me explain to you something with your dad on the phone, so you could hear me. You asked me, how can I get a restraining order against him? I answer you, we don't issue those. That's through court. You asked me, I need to get one before him. I told you, the only way is for you to get to court.
Since their move into the upscale Miami apartment, the couple's life had become a living nightmare. In this few short months, police had received 13 separate calls about domestic disturbances. Then came the day that would change everything. The third day after they got back together, Christian took their dogs for a walk. Meanwhile, Courtney stayed behind in the apartment, engaging with her followers during an Instagram live session. While Christian was out, Courtney tried to check on him, but she quickly discovered that he had turned off the location sharing services on his phone. This sent her into a fury and igniting a rage. When Christian returned home, what began as a mundane day quickly devolved into something unthinkable. On the afternoon of April 3rd, 2022, Courtney dialed 911, reported that Christian was injured.
Ma'am, listen to me. You need to stop screaming on the line and give me the address.
I can't feel my arm.
3101.
I can't feel my arm.
Ma'am.
My boyfriend is dying of a stabbing.
Ma'am, what is the address?
What's that? What's the address? 3131 Northeast 7th Ave. Please, God, please. Come see my boyfriend.
When the police arrived at their apartment, they were met with a harrowing scene. Blood was splattered across the floor. Christian was in Courtney's arms, bleeding from a stab wound. Despite being rushed to the hospital, he could not be saved.
He's in the hospital, right?
I need to be at the hospital with him.
You're not going in.
Why?
Because we're conducting an investigation.
I was self-defense. I mean, my mom was on the phone.
Okay, well, listen, the detectives are coming, you're gonna talk to them, and then you're gonna explain your side.
But I'm gonna be covered in blood. I look crazy. I was holding him while he was spurting blood, trying to stop the blood.
Okay, so you guys started arguing, then what happened?
Threw me against the wall, choked me. I mean, you're looking like this. He's never like choked me to where like it's like
Okay,
crazy stuff. But like, I mean, I couldn't breathe.
Okay.
Then he put me on the.
So he throws you against the wall?
Then he put me on the ground, choked me. That's happened 2 other times.
Did he tell you anything? Did he say
just like that kind of face, like where I was really scared and I was trying to get him off of me and he wouldn't get off. Then he gets off, then I called my mom.
Okay.
And then I was like, I went into the other room and I was talking to her and I was like crying and saying like something has happened, like I don't know what's going on with Christian. And I was just like crying, whatever. And then like I went to the kitchen and he started like charging at me. And I said like, I'm gonna like throw this at you. And he goes, do it. And then he charged me and I threw it. But he was far away and I never in a million years like I'm
he threw
scared.
a statue at you?
No. It was the knife. I said, like, I was just holding it to be like, please don't come anywhere near me. My boyfriend's blood is all over.
I know, but you can't. Unfortunately, you can't go in there. You can't go in the apartment.
Then Courtney was immediately taken into custody from the apartment. As the investigation began, detectives questioned about the events that had led to the tragic scene. In her defense, she claimed that Christian had been choking her. She insisted that in an act of self-defense, she had thrown the knife, inadvertently causing the fatal stab that had claimed Christian's life. But as the detectives delved deeper, problems began to appear in Courtney's narrative. One major issue was her claim that Christian had choked her. When they examined her neck, there were no signs of struggle, no bruises or marks. Then there was the matter of the knife itself. The angle of the stab wound told a different story. The police determined that the knife had entered Christian's chest at a downward angle, suggesting that Courtney had been positioned above him, which contradicted her assertion that she had merely thrown the knife in a panic. Concerned for her mental well-being amid the chaos, the officers made the decision to place her in a psychiatric ward for 2 days, ensuring her safety and allowing her the space to process. However, as the investigation unfolded, it quickly became apparent that the tragedy was far more complex than it seemed. Digging deeper into the evidence, investigators uncovered an audio recording on Christian's phone. The recording captured a heated exchange between the couple, where Courtney could be heard using racial slurs and insulting language.
Before he was killed, Christian Obumseli documented a series of violent arguments with his OnlyFans girlfriend, who has since been charged with his murder.
Christian, just follow that
I don't have your phone. Can you just
follow that
Cece, can you just please
Shut up!
Please.
Shut up. You went to go talk to her without talking.
I didn't go.
Yes, you did. You always want to
I was
He
on.
literally told me about it. Now he's like, damn.
What are you
You're
talking?
like, son.
I didn't go to talk to
You are
Aro.
not gonna-
I was going on a bike ride. Like, what the?
Get off of me!
He's gonna talk to Aro? Is this gonna make you act like this? What the?
Talk to her without telling me!
Courtney, I was on a bike ride and she passed me and I said hi. You and Courtney are having a live chat. My bad, I forgot to tell you that. That doesn't make you to act and come here.
You're
Yes, yes, thank you. Coming from Courtney, thank you.
I want you to get away from me!
As the details continued to unfold, it became increasingly clear that the tragic events of that day were not just the result of a singular moment of rage, but rather a culmination of a relationship filled with tension, conflict, and deep-rooted issues. In the wake of the tragic incident, Courtney parents stepped forward, revealing their perspective on the tumultuous events that had transpired. They claimed that Courtney reached out to them in a state of panic and distress. In February 2024, Courtney entered a non-guilty plea, signaling her determination to fight the accusations against her. As the trial progressed, gripping testimonies and unsettling evidence continued to emerge. The 27-year-old Instagram influencer was charged with several serious offenses and second-degree murder. During a pivotal motion hearing in March 2024, her attorney argued passionately that Courtney acted out of self-defense, insisting that her actions were not premeditated and that she never intended to kill Christian, which is still raising many questions and controversy.